Hold on one second. Always got to be one. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. Sorry about that. Nice to see you all. And of course, it is me, Captivating Christian. And you guys, of course, are my co-hosts for this evening, along with the illustrious Brother Nate. And let me know when you're ready, sir, so we can get this started, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Quite a bit, a lot. All right, so let's get Brother Nate up here.
Oh, applause.
Yes.
Hey, people, how's everybody doing? Hey, Melissa Scott, we know you listening.
Right, we know you listening in the bed.
Patty.
Going on. What's up, Patty Duke? How are you? Always a pleasure.
Girl,
And,
I know it's cold out there. Oof.
Jeez.
Girl,
Please.
You look so cold, it hurt my feelings here.
I love you like an auntie, but please keep it there. Keep it there.
Now let us know if we need to send you some long drawers or something.
Right.
And how's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody is well.
Yes, likewise. Hope everybody is good, blessed, and highly favored. Welcome to the first day of Black History all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Applause. History. Now, applause on that.
Right. Applause, right? That's crazy. But definitely welcome to the first day of Black History Month. Mm-hmm. You know. There was, of course, thoughts of, what should I do? What am I going to do? And I just thought, how about we just shake it up a bit and talk about the presidents that had some black in them, like Lincoln, Andrew Jackson. There was a few more. I forgot. I wrote them down somewhere. I was like, oh. But yeah, I was like, really? That's interesting. Especially Andrew Jackson. Wasn't he like the biggest Klan supporter? And I was really like, wow. Very interesting. And I'll repost it to my community wall. But yeah, it was like, I heard the Lincoln thing before, but that was interesting.
Nobody's pure. No such thing.
Right. It never was, everybody's a bit of the imitation of life kind of story where you were just passing. If you didn't know, you didn't know.
Yeah.
But hey, welcome to everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Hey, Baps, you done changed up. Didn't recognize you.
Right. Everybody just changing up. But anyway.
It is a new year.
It is a new year.
Some things stay the same, though.
Oh, but they do. I got to keep them checks rolling in. So anyway, so without further ado, guys, let's get into, of course, all right. So we have some news updates for you guys. Last week, and I don't know if we missed it or if it came afterwards, if I read it and I just forgot it. But for those of us who live in the Maryland area, the mayor of Hyattsville committed suicide.
Yeah.
That
happened on the It happened on the Wednesday.
Yeah, it happened on Wednesday.
Either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday, but I don't know. I think I had read the article. Yeah, it was Tuesday, but then it started hitting like major news by Wednesday. I thought that was quite interesting. I still haven't read any details on why.
No, nothing's been very solid as far as that.
Nothing has been released.
Even though it's a sad thing, it at least it wasn't any conspiracies or things that involve the office.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would hope not. So then moving, you know what? These people today, I done got it. I don't have it. I really don't. That's what you see it for. You see it. Don't call me because you see it. Woosah. So along with that, devastating news, prayers go out to his family. In regards to that. some other killer news. The 3 murderers of Ahmaud Arbery. They really tried to sneak in a plea deal for their federal crimes, their federal hate crimes, to basically spend the majority or most of their sentence in a federal prison, which is less rough. Like, yeah, I guess if there was ever such a term.
Yeah, because most of the time they refer to that federal prison as Club Med.
That's like a vacation.
Yeah, have
like
more liberties and things like that.
Yeah. The fact that the Justice Department had offered this was a bit disheartening.
I'm not surprised.
But right, again, a part of me was definitely not surprised because there are still a lot of supporters in the Justice Department. Just because the heads of the Justice Department and all the other cabinets are gone, they're still lifetime employees, in the midst. And the fact that this man signed off on that, like I told you when you text me, when you sent me the article and I read it, I was just like, I get it. They can punish themselves. They can see themselves punishing themselves for crimes that they commit, that they feel like, I can't believe, we would do that. We're not savages. But once the punishment is handed down, though, they still want that. They still don't feel right sticking it to them. You
can go to jail, but we're not going to put you in the hard jail. We're going to make make your stay a little comfortable.
Right. And I'm glad the judge said no.
No, that's a slap in the face.
Yeah,
that's a slap in the face. Yeah, like I told you, I felt some way about it. I actually got emotional about that shit. I was hot. I was thoroughly hot.
Yeah. I was really upset for the family. I really, it was very, to lose your son in this way, to lose a family member at all in this way, to get justice, and then after getting a taste of justice for what had been done, then your own government was going to turn around and kind of give them I think you've been punished enough. You could take this deal and come here, and, your father possibly would be gone by then, so it's more comfortable for him. And then you get 30 years here.
Yeah.
And then you would have to do the rest.
Then you just have to do the rest if you live that long. But they kind of figured Dad wouldn't live that long.
Right. But the fact that you get that, though, even in a crime just as heinous as this, it brings it all back. Not to mention that
it still shows protection. They're still being protected. That's the thing that really pissed me off about it. They're still showing, you got caught, but we're going to make you as comfortable as possible.
Right. Just like even with the murder of Emmett Till, with the lady, at the center of it all, still able to live out her life, and the Justice Department saying, no, well, we're not going to press any charges or anything like that. Why not? Why not? If an injustice was done to a citizen of these United States, as you like to call it, then why not?
Yeah.
Regardless of how old she is. Again, as I say all the time, if you could drag Bill Cosby's Jello pudding eating ass at 80 and change to court to talk about things that happened 10, 20, 30, maybe even 15 minutes beforehand, why can't you drag her to court and have her explain, and tell the truth, But this is a interesting fact, which I'm sure many of us already knew, that Georgia is one of the 4 U.S. states without hate crime laws. So, with the Justice Department sending this token of grace to these murderers. I just felt like, seriously? I mean, they ran and tried to create some sort of legislation since Ahmaud Arbery's killing, but we still have states that don't have hate crime laws.
Yeah, but you have to look at the states.
Right.
I mean, they're the same states that we're having all these problems with.
But that's the thing. They're changing. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time as they're changing, you still have stuff on the books that give the other people who feel like now they're being disfranchised the green light to just go ahead and kill whomever they feel like shouldn't be in the area or their neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, again, showing favoritism just like the January 6th, that
you mean the picnic at the Capitol?
Right. You can do the crime, and even in doing the crime, we're still, there may be a chance where we won't punish you as harshly because we know you make we all make mistakes, kind of thing, which I think, again, is horrible. And that, that's something that definitely needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Good evening to everyone coming into the chat. Pink, Brooklyn, April, Virginia, Redbone.
Hey everybody. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. I really just I don't look at the chat till later. But welcome. Thank you all for dropping in. Definitely please don't consider it me being ignoring you. I just really don't look at the chat until I am at least out of this.
That's okay. I look at it. That's why I'm laughing all the
time. But anyway, I don't know. I just felt like that is just that's not cool at all. In other news, going back and forth from this note to that note. So just give me a second. Where we go. I hate when I do that. When you have it all set up and then you press something and it takes you all
knocks
out.
Everything off.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, stop it. But anyway, I hope everybody's had an amazing week thus far, even though we just got started. I don't even know if I want to even touch that. But of course, I know we talked about, but I don't know if I want to. But I know we talked about last week school bombings or threats to historically Black colleges and universities. They are on the rise. They're up by 12 now. I think it was at first it was about 7, so we're at 12 that has been reported.
They just had two, one Monday and one today.
And one today, right?
And they just had a shooting down in Virginia. Bridgewater. Bridgewater College down in Virginia.
Bridgewater has just had
2 officers were shot down there.
Mm-hmm. So prayers to our college students.
Mm-hmm. Tell your kids in college, just be aware of what's going on. Don't take it for a joke.
Please don't. Because it is serious out here. You did mention last week Kyle Rittenhouse, his gun being broken into pieces, and a judge has agreed to allow that to happen. And I don't know if that's to make money or sell the pieces or what it's for.
Yeah, I think he just wants to sell the pieces. But one of the stipulations is that they're supposed to film it being destroyed.
Right.
So I don't know how it's going to be destroyed. If it's going to be, they roll over with a truck or what. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
No.
Or will it just be dismantled? I still think that they're going to sell. I still think he's going to sell the pieces.
Yeah, probably so. I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. For those of you voting, which we all
they're going to put in a museum. They're going to put it in a museum. That's what they're going to do.
Well, they're going to put it in another civil rights Black museum?
Yeah, they're going to get a piece of that gun. Yeah. Somebody will get it.
I just think that's ridiculous.
No, that's these United States. Anything for money.
In some political updated news, as far as voting is concerned, a Black veteran known as Marcus Flowers wants to unseat the Republican firebrand Marjorie Taylor Greene for her 14th congressional seat in Congress. You know, she's in Georgia. How that's going to go, I don't know.
Well, if she can't affect any change, she's just filling up a seat. What's the point of having her in there?
Well, I mean, yeah, but the district that she runs, or that, you know, her constituents are hardcore, like those idiots that killed him on Arbery, like those, you know, those types. So I don't know. That might be a tough sell. I mean, more power to him, but I don't know.
That's one you'll definitely have to watch to see the outcome on that.
I'm curious to see what the outcome is going to be, but that was interesting. As far as Pennsylvania striking down states' mail-in voting law. Again, this is just another tactic to stop voting. They noticed that, of course, during COVID, that far more people did in-mail voting than actually showed up to the polls. So they're trying to cut and chop at this tree of allowing people to vote by any means necessary. So that's why I say that it is important. I'm not, again, telling you who to vote for, just that you vote. Utilize
preferably not Republican. I'm telling you.
Well,
they're all the same,
right?
In that aspect.
I was about to say,
you might as well have. You know what you're going to get if the Republicans are put back into office,
right?
You know, like I said, we just came out of 4 years of Trump, and I don't think I could do another 4 years.
Well, speaking
I'm gonna have 300 pounds and be wearing double D bra. Okay.
Well, I'm sure somebody can donate some to you in this second. So
the men's bras.
Men's bras.
That's come in black, right?
Yes, black is slimming. You didn't know. So wait, it's slim. So speaking of former Donald Trump, former president of these ununited states, he's on the campaign trail already, and yet again talking about pardoning the rioters and that they should be considered heroes. But my funny feeling about all of this is, if that's how you felt about them, then why didn't you do it? You had time to do it before you was out of office. So why didn't you do it then? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then telling the people again, giving them, oh yeah, we wanted to. I just, Pence should have just, not certified the election. Yeah, and then we should just go. We should take America back. We should go to the Capitol again, saying all this again, and stand up and protest and defend and all this other kind of stuff. And nobody's saying anything. And it's just like, y'all really not going to hold this man accountable for the bullshit?
Look, he comes out and he tells you that he's done this.
Undoing this. He's been saying
he's going to write a book like everybody else. No, what it is, everybody wrote a book about it, told you about it. You didn't believe them. Now he's going to come out and he's going to say that he actually did it.
But he's saying it out in the open.
Yeah, he's saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, it's like you're saying this out in the open, and nobody's sitting up here going, okay, well, then we need to move forward with prosecution because this is ridiculous. It's like, what are we waiting for?
I
can't with them. I really cannot with them. I really can't with these old kind of stuck in their ways. They smell the money just as much as he does. They just smell it in a different way, but they allow this kind of, buffoonery to continue. It's like, it's ridiculous. Enough is enough already. Like, you think January 6th was something? He done told all of the states to do the same thing that they did on January 6th. He didn't even said Atlanta. Are you crazy? Do you not know? You meant Georgia? Definitely you didn't mean no. You meant Georgia. He meant Georgia. He didn't mean Atlanta. Because that mofo said Atlanta. Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
He continues to get away with so much, and he'll never have to pay. He'll never have to pay.
No, unfortunately, one day I hope so, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it.
Actually, what I would like God to come down and just grab his heart and hold it in his hand. Just hold it.
I'm sure it's really small though. Just about as small as his brain. Moving right along from that, 9 cops fired on a mentally ill man.
Yes, that was crazy.
That really was crazy.
And he was
on the highway.
On the highway, he had a knife. All he had was a
knife. All he had was a knife. And they had like a whole SWAT team. They had the whole highway shut down. It was like
they had the whole highway shut down. They were so far away from him. It would have taken him at least 45 seconds to get to him if he ran at full speed.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, it was just ridiculous.
But did you listen to the video? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I did watch the video.
Okay. Did you hear all the shots? And then at the very last 2, you heard 2 shots at the end. I was like, now that's fucking overkill.
Okay. Right. It was like, what was it? Harlem Nights. So when he was, Harlem Nights, when he was shooting the little gun. And I'm shooting that little ass gun, man. Pew.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? All of you, first of all of you didn't need to fire on that man. Like, that was just unnecessary.
Where were the tasers? They knew that this was a mental illness crisis. Yep. And it sounded as though, because the guy was talking about, I've been out here for 30 minutes, blah, 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 blah. So what if it had taken you 5 hours, your ass is still getting paid for it. This is what the fuck you're supposed to do.
They really, I was surprised that they took that approach even with their own people. But then again, I guess maybe they didn't want to show that they were being racially biased in their approach.
But I see a big lawsuit coming.
Yeah,
but the lawsuit doesn't do anything.
It
doesn't bring the person back.
The officers, it doesn't bring the person back.
And then they'll turn around next week and do the same thing to something else. If it was a rabid dog in the street, they'd have thrown that over. Okay?
That's what I'm saying. They would have gotten the people together to kind of rally this dog or whatever the animal was off the highway without a problem. The fact that they actually
then adopted them.
They closed both sides of the highway and then proceeded to open fire as a firing squad on this man for a knife. Y'all have done worse.
Yeah, a knife. Now I can see if he had a gun in his pocket, but then they knew he had a knife.
Right. Well, because the 2 officers, there was one officer who was actually in the car either with his family or her family. I don't know. I didn't. I grazed over it, but she got out their car and proceeded to help with the other officers. Before all this, before the whole shutting down of the highway, they proceeded to help to try and get him to calm down or whatever. So how it escalated from that to this whole shut down the highway and open fire on this man is beyond me, but truly ridiculous.
Hey, Tanari, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the chat. Hey, Tanari, how are you? Prayers to the family. Hope they, really fight and get, some kind of justice for.
Yeah, because that was definitely uncalled for.
But it was definitely uncalled for.
It was just it was unreal. I mean, it was something out of a comedy, actually. Yeah, especially with the last 2.
Just crazy.
Hey, SD, how you doing?
The lady's commentary. She's like, and they got guns, and it's 2 more, and it's 1 more. They're gonna fire on him. They're gonna shoot him. Then all of a sudden, it was just like. He didn't come towards them or anything. It was like almost they got tired of standing there. And just open fire. Black Lives Matter. And the only reason why I want to bring this up, bring this article up, is that although we may read different articles and watch different outlets for news, be mindful that these media outlets are just as bad in promoting programs and things to be evil and not something that is good, always given like a different light to it. So I say that to say this: the New York Post posted an article about Black Lives Matter. It was sent millions of dollars to a Canadian charity to buy a mansion, which they were going to use as their headquarters, right? The reason why I even brought this up is because the wording in the article was like, are you kidding me? It's like Black Lives Matter communist movement. I was like, when did the Black Lives Matter movement become a communist party or movement? When did that happen?
But remember, though, too, Black Lives Matter has different divisions. It's not just under one umbrella group.
Right. I understand that.
No, but most people don't. Most people don't know that.
Right.
They don't know that it's actually different. You know, they're different. You know, you might have the Washington division, New York. Right. Every city has its own version of it.
I mean, but just like everything else.
But of course, when they say everything,
has its own version.
But you know, when they say it on the news, it's blanketed.
Right.
Everything.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that. You know, words matter and they are important, and they kind of shape a narrative. So even with that being said about it being a communist movement, it was like, whoa, really? Seriously? Are we doing that? Are we back to that now? Are we back to?
Yeah, I mean, look, most people nowadays don't even know what a communist is.
Right. They don't, but
they
the older people do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the older people do, and they remember and recall that communist. Like once you was called that was it. You were blackballed. And,
you were done. You were pretty much done.
You were pretty much hanging up and dry because it was over for you. Basically, this mansion cost $6.3 million, and they paid it in cash. Now, okay, many people do transactions in cash. I don't know what was the point of bringing that up, but I guess, of course, because it's Black Lives Matter, it's got to deal with drugs, so we got to mention cash. Kind of, sort of situation.
Is that where you getting yours from? From Black Lives Matter.
I mean, let's talk about the cash Donald Trump has dropped in stuff in Cricket League. So I don't know. It was just a really crazy article. They really tried to pinpoint a lot of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movements in different facets. Just ridiculous, but check it out on your leisure. It was interesting.
Did you happen to catch the controversy with Whoopi Goldberg?
No.
And her I think it was yesterday. Yesterday they were talking about the Holocaust, and she was saying that the Holocaust wasn't about racial extermination. It was man's inhumanity to man, and it's like, no, it was racial.
No,
it was racial because it wasn't just the Jews. It was the Gypsies.
Right.
They were the blacks. If you weren't of Aryan descent,
right. Yeah.
you were looked as.
You just didn't have the opportunity to expand it to here, but they were very welcome to do so. The only thing that stopped was Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor wasn't bombed, it would have grew legs.
Well, they got the model from Americans' Jim Crow.
Right.
What they were doing, what they were doing to us. What they were doing to us during that time period, and they used it and took it further. They were doing the actual extermination, but they were also doing sterilization.
Yeah, they were doing sterilizations and experiments.
And a lot of the medical experimentation were done on these people. So she was pretty animate at the time, so she had to walk it back today.
Right.
But it wasn't. I mean, first I just thought she had gotten it mixed up.
Right.
But she was like, no, it was just people being mean to humans, being mean and doing horrible things to humans. It's like, no, it was racially motivated.
Right. No, and that. But of course, when you're too busy trying to I don't want to say that because this, that, and the other, but let somebody else come on the show and she's quick to kind of, throw that card out there. That's what I kind of like. Sometimes you pick and choose when you want to kind of be black.
Yeah, but they tried to save her. Joy tried to save her. She's like, no, it was racially motivated.
Yeah, but
which it was.
I mean, speaking of racially motivated, two things real quick. Joe Biden's pick for the Supreme Court, now that a justice is retiring, he promised to pick a black woman, and that has stirred up a whole lot of shit, not only between senators who are on the fence about nominating a black woman, but also people like Ben Carson.
I hate him so much.
And a lecturer from Georgetown Law, who's been suspended.
Yeah, he hadn't even started the job yet.
Nope. He hadn't even started the job.
Let me tell y'all something about Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter
is not your conscience.
Yeah. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those things are not your conscience. Trust and believe. If you say it, somebody's going to find it, and it's going to be a wrap for you.
If you have a high caliber job, stay the fuck off social media because you're about to get your ass fired.
Keep your opinion.
He hasn't even started.
Keep your opinion to yourself. These people, you know what? These people are basically saying that they have. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, and I don't know why these people don't do it, because I will don't do it, please. So retarded. Sorry. So yeah, these people are really, I don't even say emboldened, but they're just taking it to a level that is, I really can't. And then Ben Carson, no less. Oh, to have a woman of color. I'm like, idiot. There's already a woman of color.
Thank you.
There's not a black woman.
But we're talking about Ben Carson, okay?
I was just so lost. Like, yo, you are the dumbest, smartest.
I hate him so much.
Neurosurgeon.
I really do. I know. It's like you should have just stuck to.
It's like you should have just stuck there. Like, there's no way.
You should be teaching
young
surgeons how to do what you've done.
How to do what you've done and elevate what you've done.
He is such a fucking disappointment. Oh my God, he makes me sick.
Stay out of anything where you got to talk about.
Yeah, you and Candy, y'all just need to go somewhere. His wife's name is Candy, right? Candy or Giblets or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah.
You said who?
Giblets. Candy. His wife's name is Candy, right? Taffy. I don't know. It's something stupid.
Big Bertha.
No, I think it's like Candy or Taffy or something crazy.
Whatever.
It's like, oh my God.
There's such the embarrassing.
Excuse the expression. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
It's like when you get that face the black people, every black person makes when you hear something stupid, like, really, nigga? Like,
yeah, really, nigga.
Right.
He needs to operate on his own brain.
Yeah, something. Give it to science. Give it back to John Hopkins. Do that.
He's probably, you know what? He's probably actually a savant, really good in one area, but mentally deficient in others.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he opens his mouth and I fucking cringe.
It's like, really? Did you have to? Did you have to say that? Let's see what else I wanted to delve into real quick. Of course, children and suicide rate has doubled since 2014. Yes. So again, we want to make sure that we're keeping our children in our forefront. Definitely, with this age of some students actually doing schooling from home still due to COVID, and some actually going back to school. And with this age of computerized media and all these kind of situations, it has
they just don't have the skills.
They're a different type
because this is their normal.
Yeah, this is their normal, right? This is their normal. Growing up for myself, it was different, and for a lot of us, it was different. It was like this didn't come till later on. Most of us were if not grown as hell, teenagers, or pretty much where it was like, I'll mess with it a little bit, but I'm not gonna focus on it. I'm gonna go outside and do other stuff. These kids, this is their everyday, and there are a lot of things that affect them. So we definitely want to make sure that we're keeping them.
I know one thing that I've seen on my block. We have 3 families that now homeschool.
Wow.
They now homeschool.
That's important, though. Homeschooling is important. And for those of you who can do it, at this time, because you never know. It's so many things that children are subjected to in these environments that you definitely want to make sure that you keep your children as safe as possible.
And even if you homeschool until things calm down a bit,
Right. It may not be all the time, but
the kids don't want to go back. They don't want to go back to school.
Yeah, some do. Some do. Some don't.
Yeah, some. Well, who the ones that cutting up, act a fool all the time. But a lot of them they're like, no, I do not want to go back. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's talk. Well, I could say that for who said that, the Nick Cannon thing.
Oh yeah, because I definitely got feelings on that.
That's pretty much it, unless you had something else that you wanted to cover. I think
I don't know about everybody else, but here in Maryland, we just started receiving our requests for mail-in voting. So you'll probably start getting that stuff in the mail. So make sure you fill it out. Keep on the lookout for it. It's coming early. And I noticed on ours. Yes, I noticed that they give you the option. Well, I know, like I said, here in Maryland, that you can choose whether or not if you want to do mail-in voting just for these elections that are coming up, or if you want to do mail-in forever after more. So, like I say, each state is different. Just be aware if you have things coming up in your area that keep a lookout in the mailing for this.
That's very true. And that may come in handy real quick because there's a story I did forget. A Republican candidate telling voters to show up at the polls armed.
Yeah, armed. Yeah, that was the last one.
Be careful.
Yeah. Oh, and another quick thing too. On the black woman for the Supreme Court, polls. You'll hear them talk about polls. They were saying that American citizens, 76%, they don't necessarily think you should focus it on being a black woman, versus 26% people saying they want it to be strictly a black woman. Now, I have a question for the people in the chat. Did you ever receive anything for a poll for this? You cannot believe polls.
No.
When they tell you polls, you cannot believe. Well, they had 2 people in a housing project.
Right.
Who did they speak to?
Right. Oh, they speak to their own. They speak to their own people. They're the same people that do the polls for Family Feud. Like you'd be like, who the hell thought of that shit?
Poll. I mean, no, you did not ask the opinion of people in the United States. You didn't. It was. It should be. If you're going to say something like that, it needs to be everybody involved, whether or not they participated or not.
Right.
It's like, well, damn, what poll was this?
Right.
Oh, well, we went on down the street.
Right. Or to the heart of some Winn-Dixie town, it was like, obviously
crazy.
But
nobody. Nobody received any poll. Shit, we can't even get damn house. Was it the clearinghouse special?
Right. You can't even get the Publishers Clearinghouse.
They still advertising that stuff. Man, Ed McMahon is dead. I ain't never seen him. I don't know who took his place. He had a couple. I think Steve Harvey did one time. He was fucking up on his jobs or something, and they had him doing it. But I have never seen anybody. Who are these people?
He's probably been reading the wrong.
You cannot believe polls.
No, you really.
They tell you these polls. It's like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Polls are not to be trusted.
No. Our government, and even we're sourcing our information from. It cannot be trusted.
No.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Right.
Everything with a grain of salt.
Okay, I think that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Let's see.
That was pretty much it.
The study on Black Americans beating back vaccine hesitation faster than whites.
Yeah.
Oh, New York City will be offering free COVID antiviral home delivery medication for people who test positive. Right. That's supposedly free, and they will send the medication out to your homes in one day, because I think you have like a 10-day window to receive that antiviral medication. And so far, he's the first one. I haven't heard any other city doing that.
Yeah, he is the first.
But I would expect New York, because say like New York and New York, including New York State and California, they're like the mouth and asshole of the United States. People coming in, in and out of the country.
Right.
It's the entry and exit point.
Yeah. No pun. Moderna has got the green light from the FDA to push forth their anti-HIV vaccine or pill or whatever the hell it's going to be. So that'll be interesting. I do have stock in Moderna, so let's go. Roll it up. About to
roll up them sleeves.
Are you pushing it? Paycheck in that bitch. Boom.
You out here pushing it. You're a pusher man.
Right. Keep using it.
You roll up them sleeves, boy.
I'm just playing.
Ching. No, he ain't playing. He ain't playing.
The white folks do it. Yeah. So I think that was it. Was that it? I think
you said Miss USA. Oh yes, the former Miss USA committed suicide.
Oh yes,
up in New York. And an actor from The Walking Dead. Walking Dead.
I just heard that. Yeah, just
kills himself. You know what?
All these suicides are really
I think it's just the past couple of years, people are just so stressed out.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to figure that if we're affected as regular workers doing whatever we do, people in the entertainment industry are just as heavily hit, and some with bigger bills. You know what I'm saying? When you got a mansion that you're renting, or more money, more problems, kind of situation.
Yeah,
I can just
that's just terrible, man.
That would send a lot of people over the edge too.
I'm surprised more white people haven't started jumping out of windows and stuff like that.
Well, they can still get loans and shit to cover that shit, so that's what they.
Well, anything financial shit, we just just don't pay the bill. Pay it next month, whatever, that type of thing. But
that's if you
they're usually so far extend themselves so far. That's why you never extend yourself.
Right. Yeah. Don't live without your means.
Definitely. Just to impress somebody. All it's going to do is give you a headache. Or it'll have you selling ass out there.
And if your ass ain't right,
I know you ain't gonna make no money. Well, they were selling ass. They were selling ass on OnlyFans. I didn't mean to make you joke, but I just thought about that. They did sell ass. They're selling ass on OnlyFans. How many people have gone over to OnlyFans?
Well, I mean, your OnlyFans got to be popping, though. That still don't mean you're gonna make no money.
No, not if you keep showing the same stuff all the time. Damn.
I mean, you
gotta mix it up. Bring some toys or some different people in there. But shit, I mean, if you're gonna pimp yourself, be your own pimp.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why not make it work? All right, so I guess have we made it to this part yet?
Oh yeah, let's go. It's bloodshed.
Blood everywhere. Let's get into the favorite part of the show.
Hey, who said that?
I don't know. Who said that? They've been saying a lot of shit.
People been saying a lot of shit. So where do we start?
That's right. Blood everywhere.
Where do we start? Blood everywhere. Now, I'll start here.
Let me get comfortable.
Please do. I heard, because I haven't watched it, because I choose not to watch certain stuff, that content creator by the name of ZX, who I've early on, I think when him and Fi were doing that whole kind of fake courting, to get the people like see who he was or what he was about, had a lot to say about people of the LGBT community and how they are destroying the Black family. Now, I myself being a product of a Black family, as many of us on here,
I would guess you're Black,
right?
But I don't know. Look at Rachel Dolezal.
Some
tan and some pills and some blue magic make a motherfucker look real.
Yeah, right. I say this: lack of education and understanding and actual knowledge is detrimental, not only to a Black family, but to the Black man, to the Black woman, so on and so forth. I don't really have much to say about someone, because a lot of people talk that kind of, Black family is gays and this is destroying the Black family. And it's like, okay, but let's really look into the things that you've done. You got videos of you popping your ass. You got videos of you with your legs stretched wide open, spread eagle, left to right. I mean, I don't know. I just like no woman that I know, maybe these young women are into it because, they're more fluid. They don't mind if, they sucking on the dick and the guy sucking on the same penis that they sucking on, and, everybody's having a free for all because that's more fluidity. But older women who are, used to kind of how things are, you open the door for them, you kind of do it. If we say going out to eat the dinner, they're not paying. They're most of the time they pay for what? I'm not used to that. I don't pay. Those type of women ain't really cool with you cocking your legs up and open and all that kind of stuff. But to this, I just say, it's great to have the discussion because we need to have the discussion. This discussion needs to be had. However, I just feel like you have a responsibility, though, to educate oneself. That you just can't come out here just spewing shit or diarrhea from the mouth and just think, that's okay. And I get it. It's that time of the month where everybody's trying to make sure their check is right. So, of course, a lot of people are going to spew a lot of shit around these times to make sure they hit that quota so they can make sure whatever bill needs to be paid for next month, whatever. But know that we're all not the same. We're all not the same. We all don't, everybody's not whatever your image of a typical gay man is. Some people will check your chin, knock your teeth out, but apparently it looks like you don't have much to knock. So things like that could happen. So just be mindful. That's all. Just be mindful and be respectful. We all don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree, but be respectful. It's about respect. The things that are destroying the Black family, first of all, we take accountability. Black folks, we do not do that enough. We blame everybody else for the destruction, but we don't blame ourselves. There's absentee fathers. You can blame that largely on the Black family. Whether the system destroyed or tore apart the Black family, just because the system said, hey, if you want my assistance, he can't stay here, does not mean that because he couldn't stay there, he didn't get an apartment or live somewhere close by and still be a family unit and help, besides him going around slinging his dick around thinking that made him more of a man to have a whole bunch of children everywhere because he didn't have to be responsible enough to take care of his family unit to go other places. That's one. Two, incarceration. We can talk about incarceration all the time and how the system is disruptive, how it separates families, but you got to do the crime to get time. Okay, so if we wasn't all out here trying to be flashy from what we've seen on TV or in our own communities when they came and dropped drugs in there and you went and picked it up and go, hey, well, now I can be baller, shot caller, and do all this kind of shit and fling my jewelry around and do all this dumb shit. Yeah, those type of things destroyed families. And I can go on, but I digress. That's all I got to say about that. Just educate yourself, because I think it's good to have a discussion, but let's be very clear. When you start throwing the Bible, which not only was it dissected and certain parts taken out and certain parts put in, King James was a gay man. Okay, so when we start quoting the Bible, the person that is printed on the cornerstone part of that where it says the King James version, he was definitely a white gay man. So when we throw out verses and all those kind of stuff, those verses that y'all like to throw out, if you read further, you would know that if you ate any kind of shellfish, any kind of cotton blends, anything of that nature, you were going to hell. So yeah. So I'm really confused when we throw out, we throw religion, the same religion that said it was okay for us to be enslaved. And one day, don't worry, your master may beat you to death, but you got glory heaven waiting on you. I just, make it make
we'll
sense.
go to a fish fry. We'll have a fish fry up in heaven and sing
and sing
all
and
day.
Dance like it's a Disney movie. Like
that's right.
I just really don't understand the level of ignorance that comes out of our own mouths. And then we look at other people when they call us the N-word and go, what the fuck you talking about? Dude, like, yo, this is not the fight you want. Now, if you don't understand it, cool, I get that. Then you could ask for clarity or some kind of understanding. But to demean people for who they choose, because at the end of for who they choose to sleep with, because at the end of the day, the people that are out really marching and making shit happen, it ain't your ass. It ain't your ass or none of the homeboys you hang with. Y'all too busy in the club trying to pick up these little young girls, trying to, thinking that you young by wearing your hat to the back and all types of other dumbass shit looking dumb as hell. Anyway, go ahead. Proceed.
Piggybacking off of the religion. When they want to bring that up and they want to quote to you the Bible and tell you what God doesn't like this and that, just tell them, ask God, why are these people made? Just plain and simple. Because some people, you could talk to you blue in the face. They just will never get it. They first of all, because they really don't want to. I think a lot of times they just want to just have the argument.
But I mean, I don't, sometimes I don't even get, like, is the argument worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because you're being more divisive than you are being inclusive when you're having that type of argument. If you just want to understand and want to know, then that's what you ask, and you have a
lot of times they'll come off like that. They'll come off with, they want to learn or whatever, or help me, or they will say, help me to understand why is this. But if you're not in that mindset where you're open-minded to understand, you're not going to get anything. You're just wasting your fucking time.
Yeah.
Stop wasting your time with people who don't want to learn. They might think they do,
right.
But if they can't shut up for at least 15 minutes and come to the understanding that everybody's experience is different.
Right. Yeah.
That stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time trying to, because if people want to learn, they want to learn. If they don't, they don't. They want to be combative, they're going to do that. You're going to always have this argument, no matter what, no matter who you are.
But I just think it's so, like, we deal with enough as Black people as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
They don't look at it like that. They're so superficial. They're looking at, this is what I want to talk about, or I want to pick this shit right then and there. It won't have anything else to do with anything else that we go through as a group of people. They haven't come to the understanding that we are a group of people, and know who you choose to love is your business. They don't even look at it as loving someone else. I could love someone else. They come in a male body. They come in a female body.
Right.
They may self-identify. They may be biologically a female, but self-identify as a male.
Right. Yeah.
You know how many homeboys want to go out there and shoot ball, then come home. But anyway, no. But if you don't have that understanding and that wherefore, you're just not going to get it. Some people just don't.
Yeah.
They really don't. And the first thing they'll do is spew that Bible and spew religion. Yeah, but the best thing that ever happened to me was when I did away with religion and I dismissed the Bible.
Yeah.
Then my mind was open enough that I could receive the information.
But the part that kills me is the ones quoting the Bible be doing the most malicious shit.
Well, that's because they're covering up for their own shit. They're covering up for their own shit.
You did have kids out of wedlock, right? Okay, cool. You, sir, ma'am, you did have sex outside of marriage, right? You, sir, ma'am, are in the same boat. There's nothing that makes you any better than anyone else.
But why are they so interested in what goes on in your bedroom?
That's what I'm confused.
That I don't understand.
That's the part that really gets it. Like I understand to a degree where people consider the recreation type of deal. Like we can't procreate, so that kills us.
But everybody don't want to procreate.
One, everybody don't want to procreate. Two, not a lot of people can. You know what I'm saying? So you walking around here thinking, you king dingling and you shoot nothing but blanks outside. So then it's like you're a waste of space too, if that's the way you want to look at it. I just really don't.
No, but you can still procreate. Look at the brat. Her and her girlfriend. They're expecting a child.
But I understand. I mean, that is just the mindset.
But see, their mind is so closed.
You know what? I truly believe that a lot of these men want to be white. They want that prestigious feeling, that privilege
of just being over,
that white privilege of being over everything. But I could never tell everybody what they can do with their bodies.
Down to that part, what you can do, and you want to govern other people down to their bodies. Yeah, but I never understood that. Why are you concerned about the mechanics of what goes on in someone else's personal life?
What is it?
But then I never hear you say, "Oh, I see you have affections for."
Right.
It's they always they sexualize everything.
Everything.
If a woman was breastfeeding a baby, it would be sexualized. Everything is sexualized.
Right. But then you can go around slinging your penis everywhere, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and giving out roofies like they were chiclets.
And that's okay. It makes no sense. None. I think the level of education and just awareness of oneself is something that.
Yeah, if you're not, here's the thing. If you're not open-minded to receive it for what it is and to understand that everybody's experience is different, just shut the fuck up, because you just wasted my fucking time. And then you're wasting other people's time trying to explain it to you, and you're not, and it falls on deaf ears.
You killing brain cells. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, but don't kill mine.
Please.
But it is. I mean, because I've had that conversation where the guys in the neighborhood, they'll say something, and I'm like, well, why? And I asked them, why does it bother you?
Yeah, like,
I mean, if you want to understand the mechanics, you can hop right over to Pornhub.
Right. You know? And then too, nobody's hitting on you. Has somebody hit on you?
Yeah, it's like somebody say something to you.
Nobody's hit on you. Trust and
then all you have to do is turn them down.
Are dismissing you. The goddamn gay men will dismiss your ass too. It's not a thing just because we're men, somebody's gonna jump on you because you have the mechanics that you think they possibly want. No. Gay men are the most, some of the most, not all, some of the most superficial, very, kind of your face gotta look right, your body gotta look right type of deal. So trust and believe. From what? Nah, Papa. It wouldn't be happening. And if somebody was trying to holler at you or give you any type of day, they'd be running your pockets. And being that they're not that deep, don't worry about it.
The children will scam your ass.
Right. They will scam the shit out of you. But don't worry about it. Your pocket's not that deep. So you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it'll be short-lived. Once they find out you broke.
Right.
It'll be done.
From every facet. You broke. And that's the bottom line. Don't nobody want no broke ass nothing. So you broke, you're ashy. It's not gonna happen, period. So don't try to blame it on the destruction of this, that, and the other. Let's start taking accountability for our own actions and the destructions of our own families for not being present. Either that means not being present in the house, not contributing to the household, and other things. Mental illness and all that plays a part. But, we get to a space where we coddle a lot of things. I'll even quickly go into a little bit of my own situation with my biological father, his birthday was yesterday. We don't communicate because he cannot just be man enough to say, pal, let me say what I need to say. You can listen. It's just like, no, forget about it. Just let it go. No, I'm not. And until we have that dialogue, until you're grown enough to have that dialogue, whether it's now or, on the other side, whatever. But I'm just not. It's like, we have to grow up and be accountable for our actions and be man and woman enough to stand in them, listen to what people have to say, and find a way to move on and be better people. This shit with just, don't worry about it. I don't. It happened. Oh well, get over it. Come on, y'all. We gotta do better. We gotta.
It always goes back to maturity.
Yeah, we can't demand stuff from people or more from individuals who are not us, and yet we shit on each other. That's ridiculous to me. But anyway, I think
good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody coming into the chat.
I'm done with that one.
TC,
and he already
Pastor Nate.
He already got too much of my time.
Don't. And that's another thing. Don't allow people to waste your time.
Yeah. No, I didn't watch it, but I just felt like in this space where we are and where he's trying to, I guess, come into or be a part of or whatever he called himself trying to do, that is definitely not a way that you want to kind of come in here with that. You could not agree with it, and that's perfectly fine. We all don't have to, but there's a way that you say, there's a way that you address that where you could still be respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because you know what area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, because you know what area that you're coming into, and you know what it consists of.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing going over to the manosphere, you
right,
go over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
you coming over here trying to swing like you Tarzan, and it's like
it's just not like that. If you can't coexist with people and understand that people are made up differently, and it's just like this in the real world. That's the one thing you say. It's just like this in the real world.
That's it.
Then don't do it. Then you're not mature enough to handle it over here.
No, it's not.
And like I said, if they're so worried about the mechanics of how everything works and They can go right over to Pornhub. There's a lot of stuff, whole lot of stuff to see over there. You can see anything you want to.
You sure can. And you're probably already
and stuff.
looking at
you're gonna see probably already over. Or do you have questions for yourself? Because when people start just
doing it out of nowhere,
breaking stuff down like that, and it's just they're just worried about the physical part of it.
Yeah,
it's like maybe you're questioning yourself.
Right.
Maybe you should have been out there when you didn't have any responsibilities or whatever, and go out there and discover this,
and discover it for yourself, and decide on whether or not that's what you want to do. Because right about now,
I think that's what the problem with a lot of black males.
Yeah, they don't like the freedom that someone can actually just go out and be themselves
and do themselves
and experience whatever it is and decide for themselves that maybe, hey, this was for me, or no, I tried it, I didn't like it, I went back over here, whatever. It's all about we act like you grew up or you was a child and you automatically knew what it was to be straight. No, you just saw things. You
saw things.
You watch TV that displayed nothing but heterosexual relationships, couples kissing, doing the do, legs crossing, showing. That's all you saw. So I'm really trying to understand where it is where we get to this. They're taking over. They're doing this. How, when everything you see is nothing but straight this way?
It's just like being everything's white,
right?
By default. Okay, it's the same exact thing,
right? Everything was white. You did not see a black show on television. Everything was white. Everything was Leave It to Beaver, the Andy Griffith Show, the this, the that. I can go on. You did not see a black person on TV for some time later. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah, thank God for Star Trek, because I didn't think we were going to ever get into space.
Right. Or Diane Carroll, shit. Goddamn, thank you. But and rest in peace. But it's ridiculous. Just educate. But okay. I'm done. I'm not gonna go back to him no more. All right. So
so what other foolishness?
So this 5Babe and Independent Tisa situation. Personally, I just feel like the situation should not be handled here. And I may get some flack for this, but that's all right because it's my channel and I can say what I say. I disagree with the way Fi handled that. I just think that if it was just a thing of you not liking the fact that she's over in Independent in Tisa in what's the girl's name? Pizza, whatever her name, her chat. If you felt some way about that and you addressed it, and she decided to
Denard said, "Leave it alone.
Step away from. Step away. She should have just
Pizarro?
Let it be. Pizarro, yes. Pizarro, thank you. She should just let it be and not said nothing. You know what I'm saying? And just kept it thing. I think it's a lot of hurt feelings. It's a lot of stuff just coming out and being exposed. And that's the part that I don't like. That when Mad Day comes, all of this stuff starts to come out. And I think I wish we could be in a place where if you disagree or you don't, kind of see eye to eye anymore, that you just walk away and you just don't say anything about anybody. You leave it alone. But it's always this thing where once the person walks away or you kick the person out, all this stuff comes out, and then people start dropping. They call themselves dropping tea or dropping stuff on you, and it's like what you
everything you've told them, they've weaponized.
Right, going around collecting shit. Like, okay. So to each his own. And I know people are like, well, this is the beef sector, but some of this shit ain't beef. Some of this shit ain't jokes and just getting at the person. We're involving people and situations and children. That shit is ridiculous. That shit needs to stop because that's going way too far. If you can't talk about somebody's hair not being right, their teeth not, whatever you see visually, then leave it the fuck. Why are we going so far into other things that really are questionable? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when we're supposed to be quote unquote having businesses. It's definitely not a good look. I'm just saying. I just don't think that it's cool. But it's my opinion, and it is what it is. But I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cool either way. However, as the content creator, though, you have to know that you have the bigger platform, and that your actions dictate not only how you are, but how you expect your channel to be, how you expect people in your channel to move and whatever. So, I don't know, the dictator kind of ishness that a lot of people have when they come on. It's really an entertainment app. That's what this is. At the end of the day, it's an entertainment app. It's not your personal, your personal television show with all your people and your producers and all that other bullshit. Come on. It's an entertainment app. At the end of the day, Google and YouTube are getting paid, far more paid off your black ass than they're paying you.
You don't even get a kiss.
Right. You don't even get a kiss. You don't even get invited to the holiday party. Like, no, you don't get any of that. So for all of this, I get it that it may be a sense of financial gain by doing these and creating these beefs and taking it from you not liking this person being over here, you addressing that, and then all these other people and situations get dragged into this avalanche of, I'm mad. I just think we all need to take a step back, really, and check ourselves, because it's a bit much. It is a bit much. It's a bit much. I ain't on either side because I don't have no dog in the fight, but I just feel like it's a bit much, and you start to really show people start to really see things that you may have been hiding when stuff like this continues to keep going. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Other than that, that's it. I ain't going there. But now, as far as that interview, good Lord. Only thing I'm gonna say is there's no way that young man did not know that the people were going to come in droves to hear what she had to say and what he had to say, or what he had to ask her. Interview. There's no way. However, I just feel like it wasn't. There was no preparedness for it, and maybe that's what you wanted to do. I don't know, but
to keep it spontaneous.
Yeah, maybe so, but I just take accountability that maybe you just wasn't, you didn't expect it, and that's what it was. So all the other stuff, I just think that was kind of like low blowing, because it was unnecessary. It really was unnecessary to say. That had no need to be said. You could have just said, I was a little overwhelmed, and that was that. Again, it's about taking accountability. At the end of the day, it's your channel. You put it up there. You promoted it. So you have to take control. And if you lose control, or it doesn't really work out the way you planned it to, or it went a little left, you have to take accountability and ownership of that. You can't blame that on a guest or anybody. When the show is on, when you hit the live button, it's on. So everything falls on you. And that's no disrespect. So, you know how people here, you're going to take it as disrespect, but that's really no disrespect. Just know that the camera's on, it's on, and it's up to you to, maintain that level of decorum. Regardless, you're going to get people that's going to say some wild stuff, and you may feel like you need to respond, but No, it's not worth it. You're here to do a job. That's what you said you were going to do. So, carry it out till the fullest. And make sure that you're
then too, it breaks your concentration.
Yeah, it breaks the concentration.
And you start to spiral.
It breaks everything down. And then there's no, then people are doing the free for all, Then you have, random people just coming up and asking questions, and you're just like, where is this going? What is the purpose of all of this? So I don't know. That was just my thoughts on that. Any thoughts? No.
No. Foolishness.
Yeah,
but I'm glad you're foolish because I do get a good laugh.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Always be mindful that you want people to laugh with you. You don't want people laughing at you.
And it's a good learning experience because, everybody picks up from it. You'll be able to see and learn from it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. I pray the next one goes well. But what I will say, in disagreement to use him saying he didn't expect it, is like a lot of the interviews or the little talks that he's had on there have been with characters that are popular in the mess that they have done or things that they have done. So it was like you kind of set the tone of what you do. You know what I'm saying? With that regard in that space of those topics. So, and those interviews, I think, if you want to call them that or whatever, but you set you set the tone for that. So when people then come there and know that you're going to do that, and then you say, well, that's not what that's not what I came to do. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's not okay. Well, this must have been different. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I don't know. It was just a bit but you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? You'll get it and you get it. Wow.
Now, do you think that was you're reading Tanari's message?
Yes, I am. I just read. Yeah. I'm sure that was because of the comment.
It was because of the comment, and it was because you know how the Jewish people are.
Yeah, they're not having that.
What do you mean that the Holocaust it wasn't about race?
Right. What do you mean? But see, they can say that. But you can say, but they can turn around and say real quick, well, slavery wasn't about race.
I was going to say, but that wouldn't happen if it was us.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't say slavery was about race. They wouldn't say that the Civil War was about race. They would say, or slavery. They'd say, no, it was about taxation, and the South didn't want to be taxed. Taxed from what? Taxed on what? Slave labor? Slavery?
So when does she start her 2-week vacation? She ain't hurting.
Do you think she's even going to come back after a 2-week vacation?
I don't know. She may. She always seems like she's done with the whole shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She gives me that. I'm just ready to go lay down somewhere.
Yeah, I think she's over it.
Because she just really does not seem enthused, especially when Meghan McCain was there. It's like I have to deal with this bitch again.
Yeah, I can't with her. But
2-week suspension.
That's interesting.
But is that suspension with pay?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! I'd lay my ass in the bed.
I'm sure it is with pay.
And knowing that I don't have to come out with all those COVID people. They refuse to acknowledge us unless we say something reckless. Yeah, but you know how Jewish people are.
Yeah, but that's my even them. They won't, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't mention that, but at the same time you could really say, well, slavery.
Yeah, because they would have you believe that that was the biggest travesty that has ever happened in the world.
In the world, period.
And it's like, no.
That was the only one that
you're talking about 6 million of people. We're talking about 400 years plus.
Right.
You know,
of of not just that, but others,
Yeah.
from that to Reconstruction to Jim Crow to
Like I
Paul,
said, 400 years
all these
plus.
other things. You know what I'm saying?
And how many millions and millions of people.
And not to mention, they still get reparations. Like you be sitting up there talking about it, but they still get reparations from all of that.
Yes.
Not only does Germany give Israel every German Mercedes vehicle ever and still pays them and still gives them every vehicle, because everything that they drive, whether it's old or whatever, it's a Mercedes gifted from Germany. They get paid, the survivors and the survivors' children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, children.
And you didn't see any statues of Hitler.
Get a check.
Or the Third Reich.
Right. There's no statues of Hitler. There's no flag being waved. There's no people in cities waving the flag, talking about it's their heritage. None of that shit. Only here. When it comes to us.
Yeah. We'll be all right. She okay.
Yeah, she will. She'll
probably go out of town, go visit her daughter or something.
Yeah, probably. Or hang out with her grandson, who knows? Yeah, I think, I don't know. Is that about it? Was there somebody else?
We pay that reparation and we get shit.
It's crazy. And we still talking about that. We're still debating about what does reparations look like? Bitch, money, bitch, capital. That's what reparations look like.
That's right.
Don't give a damn about what, again, here we go talking about what somebody's going to do with something else. Who gives a damn what the next person is going to do with money that is given to them for them being here, not by their own will? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they can't say that they can't do it because they did it. The child tax credit and all those other things. The money is there.
Doing it.
No, that's because they're stealing shit.
Right. When they do we're just going to do the when Donald Trump did that tax credit for big business and billionaires.
Big business and everything else.
It's like you have the money, you give it to who you want to give it to. And then you're quick to say, oh, well, no, because you already know that some of these people, if they had a leg up to do, they would really take it and do with it. And you'll have more affluent people in America who are Black that are just not entertainers in the entertainment industry going, oh, look at all these millionaires, but they're all in entertainment. You'll have others in other aspects growing as far as in the medical field and in other situations really prospering. And, that may make you a little scared.
Yeah. You know what I think is real funny when I think about that, the BBB being shelved. And then I thought about that bridge in Pittsburgh collapsing. That was like,
yeah.
And then it's like people are for real, right?
Yeah. And then you go in there looking at it, surveying the damage. Like, what the fuck is that going to do?
Yeah, all the fucking bridges are falling down. What do you expect? Right.
The bridges are falling. They're old as shit. There's nobody.
You're seeing the cracks in them as you're riding on the highway, and you're seeing the cracks in the water and how the salt has damaged. The infrastructure.
Right. And then you're giving the projects to do all these buildings, not to people who look like you and I. They're still, white folk. And they don't, you see them out there in the middle of the night, like, y'all getting paid out the ass. And what are you doing?
It's a continuous cycle.
That's it.
Because I know around here, it's like, damn, you just repaved this a year ago and you're tearing it up again. What the hell is going on?
And the only time you see somebody that look like us, they holding the stop sign at either end, telling you to stop and slow down.
Yeah, whatever the flag company is.
Yeah, that's it. Whatever the temp company that they have who hires the flag person, that's all you see. But you never see any of us either as the foreman of the company or actually a construction company by us doing that type of labor. No. So it's ridiculous. To me, I'm over it. I really am. I really am over it. Like, those are the conversations we need to be having. Those are the conversations that we need to be coming together to kind of figure out how do we break that, or how do we break into that to where we can start seeing more people, instead of worrying about who's fucking who and who's taking what up there wherever they're taking it. We need to start having those kinds of things. It's ridiculous.
Now, the only time I want to know about somebody's sex life is, did you have a good time? You're not going to go to school and shoot up anybody, are you? Did you bust a nut? Good. Then I know you're in a good space then. You're getting laid. You're having a good time.
And you're nice and relaxed.
I don't give a shit about that. I worry about mine. I worry about me getting mine.
That's what I'm saying. You worry about you getting yours. You can't be worried about that's what I'm saying. If you're focused on getting yours, you could give a goddamn what the next man or
the
woman
next person.
is doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you focus on getting mine. It's like being at a urinal. If you're at the urinal pissing and you focus on pissing on your own, like making sure you make it in, you don't got time to be looking over in somebody else's urinal to see what they're doing.
I just go
because when you start looking over in somebody else's urinal to see what they're doing,
you might get your feelings hurt. And you know them white men, they good for that shit.
You're right.
You be standing up they always peep. I was like, what are you looking at my dick for?
They want to know if it's true. Do black guys really do they really?
I ain't got to stand all the way up. I stand back.
I'm catty cornered.
No, I'm just trying not to piss on my shoe. Okay.
I'm all over here with it. I don't fuck around.
But they did. They'd be like,
I can't.
I'm like, are you serious?
Hey, Lynn T, welcome.
Hey, Lynn T.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all. I think. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, no. The Tasha K kind of response.
Oh, yeah, because that came out afterwards.
Yeah, that came out afterwards.
You mean Tasha X?
Oh,
she gave me that shit.
Bullshit. Now, first and foremost, I did not.
Does it touch the water? No, it's not that. It's not that in doubt. You know what? What's the point of having something that big? You don't have anywhere to put it.
You don't have nowhere to put it, right?
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do? I mean, look at what's the guy's name? John Holmes. Well, he would be considered average nowadays compared to all these, But for a white guy to have a penis that large, it's like, where can you go with something like that? You're pretty much a sideshow.
Yeah, that's it.
Nobody's gonna let you penetrate them. I mean, goddamn, you doing kidneyectomies and all the rest of that other shit. Be touching spleens and all that stuff. That's only good for those people that like to fist and do big dildos and shit. Right. That's just too kinky for me. It might end up in the hospital.
Fruits and shit all up inside. You're like,
yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like a popsicle. Right.
Whole bowling ball up in there.
I didn't think it was you. You'll be wearing diapers sooner than you think. It's like, don't you think about this kind of stuff?
No way you would feel anything coming out of there. It was just
no, it just slipped.
Did I shit myself? I must have shat. Like, you damn sure did, you nasty bastard.
Look, I tell you this much: if you break wind, you'd never hear a sound.
It sounds like a flag blowing in the wind, like, just a lot of fabric. Just
be like, he said, "Oh, that's right. Oh, we didn't talk about Nick Cannon. That's right, Mary Cannon. Yeah, Lynn, that's your boy. He's problematic. He is problematic now.
Well, because he is in the same headspace. Well, okay. Two things. One, I think part of it is his illness. And he just feels like he wants to leave this legacy behind.
But it's not quality.
Right. But then, too, on the other hand, it is not quality and representative of, again, when we talk about breaking up the family unit, the black family destruction, this is what it looks like. When you have a man with means, right, who is black, who can then father all of these different children with random women, just because he has the financial means to do so. But you're still breaking up a home because none of these children, other than the two of them, have the same mother. So that means that until, the Lord signs and wraps you all up in here, You go into this one house, that one house, this one house, that one house, this one house, that one house to spend time or quality time with everybody, or try to gather everybody together and go, hey, this is your brothers and sisters, knowing good and goddamn well when you send them away and they go back to their respective homes with their mothers, they really don't communicate with the others. So you have then still created a void in the family structure. So prime example of the bullshit when you talk about who's destroying the family.
Mm-hmm.
It's shit like this. And we can sit and go, well, they do that stuff in tribal we don't live in the tribes of Africa, and they don't all do that. It's not a thing everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like certain customs and cultures believe in it, others do not. They just still believe in the same, parents, and the mother may have a lot of kids, but it's a 2-parent household and they make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it. Like I really don't. You think being a man is going out and sowing your seed, because as long as I can pay for it, doesn't matter. I'll just do it.
But now you have eight broken people.
Yeah, right. You have 8 broken people, 8 broken families.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But the same mindset that he has with money is the same mindset that these broke Negroes have with no money. So
that's true. Sense. Make it make sense.
Make that make sense. And then talking about something that they're oh yeah, my seed, that's my boy, that's my girl. Like they're broken.
That was crazy.
Right. As you sit there and fuss with the different baby mothers, because you don't like the dynamic.
And it's like these women are just lining up.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, did he not he just buried a child?
He just
buried 2 or 3 months ago.
Buried one. Like he picking them up at the shop, like literally, like he's going to the store and going, oh, this is good.
But he definitely has a type.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell one mother from the other if you were to line them up.
And that too. Let's talk about it. If we're gonna really talk about it, let's talk about it. Why none of his baby mothers are his complexion? I'll wait. I'm still waiting. Not nail one of them. And Mariah might be the closest to black than any of them, to be very honest with you.
Because this last one, I was like, wait a minute, is that the young lady that just lost the baby?
Right.
And I was like, oh no, who is this?
Right. No, I thought it was too. Hey, what's up, Conscious? Hey, what's up, Granny loves molesting, raping kids. Lord, I'm not going there with that. What's up, Conscious? How are you? Hey, welcome to everybody who just came into the chat. But I just,
do we know Granny?
I'm over it. Like I really am over it. And still, like, have real discussions. Really talk about some shit. Don't just throw some shit out there because it's that time of the month. It sounds like a Angie Stone. I like that song. Don't mess with me kind of thing where I'm just gonna say some shit to bring up my numbers. If we're really gonna have a dialogue, then let's really talk about some shit and not just gaslight on some bullshit, because we're the ones suffering. Either way you look at it, we're the ones getting the short end of the stick. So how about we really come together and really have a discussion, or either shut the fuck up. If you're really not about that life, shut the fuck up. Because you're out here doing dumb shit like this, throwing your dick around everywhere.
Literally.
Right. Literally creating all these broken families because you may be sick and dying. I get it. But at the same time, do you think that's something that you could be, whatever you're leaving your child is something productive and positive though?
Yeah, but then your child has no memories with you.
Right. But then you're also teaching your boys that this is what you do.
What you do. Mm-hmm.
This is what you do. This is how you behave. This is how you treat women. You impregnate them and you move on. You have no ties to them whatsoever as far as the family unit. You give that to one woman, and that's going to be your wifey forever. But everybody else is just going to be a receptacle that you drop in until they procreate and you move on with your business. And it's ridiculous. And it's sad that the women line up to do so. Let you even know the mindset of the women.
Know that they'll be taken care of for 18 to 21 years or whatever.
That's it. On whatever they want, or at least, at least until he go.
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
I was going to say now how are they going to cultivate? Say if they move on to another, they go into another relationship.
You doing all this?
Ain't no man going to be able to compete with that.
You doing all this huckabucking. You doing all this huckabucking, and come to find out, realize once you go, half of them children ain't even gonna get what they're supposed to get. I promise you. I already know. We already gonna see a lot of them children in the news because they don't have, and they're trying to go after another parent that has, because she done got more than they had got. Watch. It's just destructive. It really is destructive. And
he will not have any memories, and they won't have any memories. It's more to it than just money.
We should do what? I just saw you said we should do it. Schedule it. I don't know what you mean. But I just think it's ridiculous. What'd you say? Somebody said something. Making the money, but won't. It's just crazy to me. I don't get any of it.
You're growing up to make them
take care of them. Period. Right. I mean, granted, you're growing up to make them take care of them, but take care of them is not just, when you
sending somebody a check.
I'm gonna take you to go get some sneakers, or I'm gonna send you some money, and
I'll see you for 2 hours.
Right.
A day.
2 hours, or what you want. You want that? Okay, here you go. And that's it. And you could go about your business. There's no real connection being built. There's no real, anything being built. Everything is on a kind of, hey, I pay you, or I give you something, and that's how I show I love you. This is ridiculous. That's why we have so many broken people now, even in this situation where we have, all these content creators and things who feel like, because you support me and you support me and people see you supporting me, you can't go nowhere. You can't be in nobody else's chat. You can't entertain anywhere else, but you got to be here with me because it's mine and you here with me. And it's like, no, you can't, you can't realistically, you can't do that to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have different views and interests. And what you consider to be interesting, the next person may not. So just because you don't like it, or like what the person is giving, doesn't mean that other person does. And they should have the freedom to even go and do whatever and see whatever. As long as they're not bad mouthing you, what's the issue? What'd you say? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, children having children.
I mean, that's it. That's all it is. And you always have these men who, can't don't want to live down their youthful days thinking, hey, hey girl, you know what? It's always the next girl, the next thing, the next, the youngest chick. And it's just like, but you have tons of things left behind, unspoken, unsaid, broken people. And especially the women with men who having daughters. There's no way that these men, I don't hear nothing a lot of these men have to say, and they're walking around here with daughters the way they treated their mothers and shown their daughters this is how a man is supposed to treat you. Or that if they go reaching out for something different, that first man that they encounter is going to show them something slightly different and run through their life the rest of the way, destroying them as well. But because they showed them a piece of themselves that was different from the father that they wish they had, that's all they know. It's just ridiculous. It really is. But again, we more concerned about where somebody's sticking something. Give me a fucking break. All the time.
You know what? You don't even have to be a wife to make them as a wife. Be in a committed relationship. You
don't have to be committed.
You don't.
But that's the thing. It's not about being committed. It's not about being committed because you're still in that breeding mindset. Like you're a slave master's property, and you got to go over here and be the wild buck and stick your dick in this plantation girl, and then go over here and make some for this one, and then go over here and make some with this one, because that makes you a man. That really makes you a man. And have nothing to show for it. Nothing at all. You sitting up on here like the rest of these motherfuckers with nothing.
Yeah. But wait a minute. Conscious, what you doing here? You off tonight? Boy, you was running them marathons, running them streets hard, boy. Every time I turn around, you got something going on over there.
What'd you say, Linty? Commit to an educational career. Right. This is what I'm saying. Commit to something. Commit to a trade. Bitch, commit to something. Like non-committal people, but always quick to talk about what somebody else is doing in their commitment of life. It makes no sense.
He probably laying down in bed.
He probably getting ready because he's about to do it all night on something. I just think it's just crazy. It's really ridiculous. Like we need to do different, something different because it's a mess. But I didn't agree with her whole going back to the Tasha thing. I didn't agree with her whole let's stand with Tasha and go against Cardi B because she's not a black woman.
No, she was doing that. She was doing that Donald Trump shit.
Yeah, I know. Like
she flipped that shit. I was like, wait a minute.
But she's still a woman of color. One. Mm-hmm. She may not be a black woman, but she's still a woman of color.
But when she became Tasha X, I was like, yeah, girl, you pulled the shit out of that one.
Just bullshit. Not Tasha Luther King Jr.
Oh no, that was Tasha X.
Bullshit.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, but that you lost, though. You became that. But that lost, now you want to talk all that. But before you wasn't talking that. You know what I'm saying? Before it didn't matter. Before, they both were kind of this one, that one. You talk trash just as much about Nicki Minaj in the early beginning that you did about Cardi B. Then all of a sudden things changed. So I just like, girl, just shut up and get that money together. That's what you need to do.
I love Didi loves. Put it in words. You had to pay $3.4 million for worrying about somebody else's pussy.
That's it. That's it. And
I ain't never seen no $3 million. I ain't never seen $150. Oh my God.
Well, and that's the whole. Another thing I wanted to
worry about somebody else's.
You know what I wanted to say, even regarding that, because I thought about it when she talked about how Cardi B with the WAP situation is teaching our daughters how to be a certain way. I'm like, that's funny. That's funny. One, you're the parent, right? That's first and foremost, always. However, secondly, did we not see My Anaconda by Nicki Minaj? Was she not in showing her ass and popping her ass? Was she not doing the same thing? But nobody was talking about how it was degrading to women and teaching little girls that if they pop their ass and do stuff, that's what they're supposed to do. But it's the same thing. So I'm really confused. Because when she was talking about her, Anaconda don't and all this other kind of stuff and wearing what she was wearing, everybody was... don't forget the 48 cents. Bitch, they want every dime.
I'll tell you one thing. If it costs that much, I will never have it.
Well, she said she had that WAP, and she proved it.
Yeah, she whopped her ass for worrying about some other woman's pussy.
That's it. Or weren't enough to just not let it go. That's the problem.
All you had to do was stop.
You had to. It was one thing when you said it the first time, and it was like, ooh, and it was like, okay, could you stop saying that? That's it. That's all you had to do.
High end, yeah, high end.
And the fact that the lawyers, even though I don't know if they were all that great, but even though they
Olga, is that her name? Olga?
Yeah, Olga. Even though they advised you or she advised you,
can't get no traffic court lawyer,
right?
To be defending you when it comes to the million.
Please don't get lawyers from a friend of a friend of a friend.
This ain't no rear ending. Well, it was a rear ending because somebody definitely got fucked. Oh yeah, they got. Woo!
But she definitely, yeah. They advise you to stop and cut your losses and call it. Take the things down. That's what you should have done because they are professionals. They already know through discovery that this was not going to go your way. Now, whether you did it just for publicity and people to know your name and all that kind of stuff, and then probably to do an interview with whomever, okay, good luck. Hope it pays because you got a lot of bills to pay. A lot.
Patty Duke, is that a hamster? Is that supposed to be a cat? It looks like a hamster.
Ooh, not a crossing guard. Not a crossing guard. Her name is Agnes. The crossing guard.
Crossing guard named Agnes. Oh man.
That's ridiculous. It was a lot.
It was not. I'd have stopped. That'd have been it.
I just didn't understand.
Would not have gone that far. I just didn't understand why.
I didn't. There's no purpose to that. None whatsoever. There was no reason for it. There was no reason to keep it going. You could have just cut it out. And you could have just dropped it from your thing without it even being discussed. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a thing where maybe YouTube would have done it. Nobody would have knew because it would have just been down.
Yeah.
Like that pride shit. Yo, that pride shit is really
I don't care when that pride start talking about money like that.
That ain't no pride. Money like when
there's
you don't
there's
have
something.
it. I get it. You may have something, you may have something in the bank because, of course, you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
You may have something in the bank, but
I remember that.
You ain't got no 3.8, and I don't care how much you showboat, gloat. You don't have no 3.8.
I don't want to give you $1.50.
Child, that bitch is gonna be doing pornos and all types of shit. Y'all thought that bitch swinging off the shower curtain thing was something. Y'all wait till y'all see Tasha K on her OnlyFans.
Well, she's
all types of other shit.
I want to see how this appeal will go. But I'm telling y'all,
the appeal ain't gonna go no better either, because all you can do in an appeal is object to things which they didn't really object to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only things that were objected to. That's it.
Yeah.
And maybe if they go back and look at the award and go, I don't think she can pay that much, and they lower it, maybe that, but still, you're not.
I don't want to pay anybody anything. Right. Or $100.
This is like you don't work for
running my mouth, for saying something that
entertainment news. You don't work for any conglomerate. You on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. you don't have the machine behind you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you really just thought, first of all, she is with a label. So
what's her husband name? What's her husband name? Curtis? I don't know. All she got is Curtis behind her. I don't know what the husband's name is.
And either one of them, whoever it was, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing else. Nothing. Nobody. Don't say nothing. Don't even pick your lips up to say anything. Because it was like,
oh no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, did you see that interview she did after that? Like, was like that Friday? She was high as shit.
Who's this? Tasha?
Tasha K. Mm-hmm. She did an interview. I can't remember who she interviewed. But you said pesos. But
Shut up. I mean, he would have to pay her in something because that's just ridiculous. I just don't. I don't know. I don't. It ain't worth it. Like the pride that a lot of people have on here is just like it's ridiculous. At the end of the day, you don't
ridiculous
run this.
and dangerous.
Yeah, you don't run this. Somebody else runs this. So that means somebody else can say yay, nay, or go. And it's always salacious because the company always goes. You know what I'm saying? They go with certain stuff. They'll go with the trash. They'll go with anything that oh, you bringing in views, but they don't go with real stuff. Which
she should have left that. They should have left that left those videos up so that she can make some money off of them.
Right. I mean, they should. I mean, they still up. I think they still.
Are they still up? She didn't take them down?
I don't think so. But even that, it's like if you don't take them down, okay. So what is YouTube going to do? Wind up taking the proceeds from that instead of it going to your pocket, it's going to go now to.
Yeah, it's called garnishing your check.
Right, but this is what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, you will be working to pay her.
Yeah,
you'll be working to pay her.
That's what I said. I said,
but that's what I'm saying.
Will they be employees now?
But then if this thing does not pan out for whatever reason, and I'm not saying that she should lose her channel because I don't think she should. I think
she's worked hard.
Granted,
you have to understand too. You have to, there's responsibility that comes along with not only protecting your so-called brand, but also protecting your family.
Right.
This is a family business. What she's doing.
Right.
And see, and she should have thought on that level.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to jeopardize my kids' college, their future wealth and well-being. I'm setting this shit up for them.
Right. And then on top of that, with how this whole thing is set up, the umbrella of this, Google and YouTube, don't want their brand at the end of the day placed in the news in something that is detrimental and negative in their brand.
No, because you can imagine what all these other bloggers and these other sectors that are doing.
Yeah, but it's different when it gets highlighted. It's one thing when they're doing it and it's perfectly fine. It's a whole nother thing when it hits national news and everybody's talking about it. Then people start to really be looking like, whoa, we need to tighten up on this because we cannot have too many of these situations happening. So that's what I'm saying that it may.
Well, I'm sure she's insured. I don't know for how much, but ain't for that amount.
Like I told you last week, a certain amount of money, and I know a certain amount of money, they make sure that you insure that shit. Oh, no. How much? You want to call this insurance company right here? Call them. They do a whole rundown of everything you have, all your assets. And if they say, okay, green light, we'll insure you, they'll, so it didn't go like, woe is me. It's just, that's going to be a big bill to pay because that's a lot. That's a lot.
Sorry,
and if people
kids,
start dropping, right? That's what I'm saying. If sponsors start dropping and people start dropping, that's money too being lost.
But I believe she could recover.
Yeah, I mean,
but one thing about Americans, they love a comeback story. They do. They love a comeback story.
They do, but it all depends on who's the champion of the comeback story.
Yeah, but something like this, I think if she plays her cards right.
And that's if she plays her cards right. Of course she can come back.
She has to give her that attitude that she's, what she did was right.
Yeah.
And which it wasn't.
Right. So yeah.
Hey, Crackhead Willie. Hadn't seen him in a long time.
And welcome to everybody who just came into the chat. Welcome. Gosh, I did see you.
Yeah, don't count her out.
Yeah, no, I'm not counting her out. I'm just saying
because she's a hustler. Like I said, I definitely respect her hustle.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not willing to. But one thing she has to learn, you can't. It's not just about you. if she was sole person and she did this thing and didn't have, her family involved. This is a family business.
Yeah.
You don't want to jeopardize it. You work so hard to get to that point.
Yeah, but I mean, even her family, you like, what the fuck is your family doing?
Mm-hmm. No, she better start doing tutorials on how to do this shit. You better make some.
Yeah, be like the lead attorney. He doing that shit. I think it's like $300.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's holding seminars and stuff. Do it. You just start doing something.
That's right.
Not a payment plan. Ciao. That's a lot. Hey, welcome to everybody.
Oh my God.
That's a lot.
On layaway. Those are the good old days, layaway. But I don't think it applies here. But
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's I think that's really all I had.
Yeah, that was enough.
Yeah.
That was definitely enough.
That was all I had. And look, you got 3 minutes of me. Look at that. I made it all the way to the 2 mark.
Wow, did you struggle? That's because you kept getting booty. You kept getting phone calls ringing.
Oh my gosh, no!
Interrupting the flow.
The Facebook thing. That's why I don't even like linking, like doing the dual thing. It's like, please don't do that.
So yeah, it's not bankruptcy.
She can't. Nope. She sure can't. That's another reason why the lawyers was trying to tell her, bitch, no, don't do it. Just because you can't file. You got to eat that. You got to eat that. And different, like even entertainers that been through like the Brat and all that kind of stuff, you still had residuals from music and all these other things, still writing and other things still to kind of supplement you having to pay that. This is just doing this with sponsors, of course. But again, if some sponsors feel like this is too hot right now and drop off, that's money lost. That is money.
But what about these other investigations?
And then you have taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not even over. You got taxes to answer for. You have.
Is there a PPP loan out there somewhere?
You may have a PPP loan out there being questioned now at this point. As sure at this point, if she did do it, she's a dumb fool for doing it, being the fact that you had this hanging over your head because now they really looking into your stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't mind coming after us.
Oh no, that's why they were sitting in the
for crooked taxes. They don't mind coming after us for not paying our taxes, but they'll let people like a Donald Trump go and be president without paying a dollar.
No, you can actually go. You can go several years, but I'm not sure about with her type of business and the type of revenue that she brings in. And with these companies, how long they can actually not pay taxes. But that's a lot of money just to be doling out like that. I'd have hopped on the plane and see y'all. Where you going?
She might. They might go to Ghana or somewhere. They
can expedite your ass right back.
They will expedite
send you back on that slave boat from Ghana.
What? The FBI is also investigating?
Yeah, the FBI. Everybody's looking into that stuff now.
God damn. Oh, you done fucked up.
See, that's the bad part.
That right.
It shines the light. All the publicity shines the light on you, and everybody's just going to be digging, even if they just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
That type of thing, and
especially as a black woman, you know what I'm saying? And as
a black woman who was able to do this YouTube shit and get where she got.
Money. Yeah, and get money. They of course are like, how you do that?
No, he didn't. He is a fool.
Nothing could definitely go to Cambodia.
Yeah, just don't go to Korea.
Do her viewing on YouTube. Boom.
You had 3. Because they will make you disappear over there.
Right. Straight disappear.
But I really admire her hustle because I was there when she was.
Yeah, I was.
From the very beginning.
I was there when she was a real wino. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was like, wow, you could really do something with this shit. And I was like, and you would see her upgrades, you know. Yeah. So I think she'll be, if she plays it right, and she, first of all, somebody maybe she needs a good psychiatrist.
Yeah. Hopefully Tyler Perry will take her under his bosom and really help her out. Because I'm thinking that maybe that'll happen.
Or shift some work her way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
I mean, she has these. What she have two studios supposedly. I don't know how big these studios are and what they can. Even small projects. Medea's coming back. It's baby bringing back Medea because I thought he retired her.
He didn't retire that money, child. He just no. I mean, granted, the shows I'm sure all that does well, but when
that's the money. That's the money maker.
Pays, right? When you know what pays and really is gonna rack in the money, you never let that go.
When he no longer needs the makeup to look like her, he's gonna keep
build you her, right? And be rolling around in a wheelchair talking about stuff. Yeah, this is crazy. She has
a therapist. Yeah, well, they need to prescribe some medication.
She needs a new one.
Sometimes medication, and they have to adjust it.
Yeah.
But the way she came off, I was like, oh, she is going to lose it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. She just had that baby. How old is that baby? Baby's not even a year old yet, right?
Yeah.
Or it might just be a year.
I think the baby is a year.
A year. Yeah. I mean,
I was just stuck over the militantness. I was like, really? Now?
Yeah, because I was like, where did that come from? Now you're being arrogant.
Now Cardi B is the machine. Okay. Okay.
No, she should have thought about that from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't the machine before, but she's the machine now. No, she was the machine. She wasn't the machine before. She ain't the machine now. She just asked you to shut the fuck up before the machine really got to you. Because it wasn't. She was not the machine because she asked you tons of times to stop and take it down.
Yeah, that's all you had to do was stop.
Was the people behind her that pay her. That's the machine. They shut you down.
Lindsay, her and Storm had the same therapist.
Oh, shit.
It's a twofer.
Right. Buy one, get one. Buy one, get one, half off sale. That's just crazy.
Just give me the drugs. You can keep the therapy sessions. I don't want to rehash and bring up a whole bunch of old shit.
No, thank you.
Yeah, but I know her husband is like really kicking her.
God damn.
I told you.
Shut the fuck up.
He hit upside the head with a line.
Now, he acted like Lawrence Fishburne. What's love got to do with it? You find your ass. Find your ass.
Anime.
Like, you walking around the house cheating out like anime bullet.
Oh my goodness. Jesus, I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Every time I think about how much money I'm losing right now, goodness gracious, that house must be something else.
I know.
It must be
because I know. I fuss when the water bill coming is high.
What kind of shit
is this? What the fuck y'all doing?
I swear I'm gonna cut that damn water off. Y'all gonna be
your ass that dirty? Soak that shit first. Don't just be running water. Jeez.
You'd be like my mother, be knocking on the door in the shower. All right.
Be timing you. That's the funny part. That's the funny part because it's like
just got in here.
Shit you do that your parents used to do to you, and it's
my God.
Why am I looking at my watch? Wait a minute, he done been up there running that shower. 20 minutes.
I'll be
like, run all the hot water.
I was like, first of all, you gotta let the water get hot. Duh.
But you just standing in. Then they say you just standing there in the mirror. You're not even in the room. All the steam just rolling out the bathroom.
I used to so irritated. I'd be like, the hell? I do. Yes, that's right.
You say long shower.
I take long enough showers. But yeah, I like a long shower. Mom used to irritate me with that. All right. That's my water. I know.
Be like, man, let me show you what this is. This is a water bill.
Right. Right. That's what I used to do too. See this here? This is that.
So when you start working, don't get upset
even.
when I ask for you want to take a bill. I'm gonna give you a bill. Then you can run all the water you want. And I'm gonna run some too.
No, it was like, yeah, I know it's allowance day, and I know, yep, but yeah, that was for this, and this is for that bill, and this is for that bill. So after all that's paid, this is what you get. Enjoy your $5.
You're lucky enough to got that.
Right. I'm like,
see, I can't hear because of my music.
You're negotiating. What happened? But yeah, so yeah, all the best to these folks. I mean, I wish everybody kind of figure it out and working on it.
Because it has been a week.
Yeah, it has been a week of, in the words of Dovey, blood, blood, blood. But yeah, it has been a week. And you know, we know that this will pass like everything else does on these YouTube streets and otherwise. But
I'm just afraid what's going to happen next cycle.
Right. And you know, February is a short month, so
yeah, because it'll be here before you know it.
Christ, people got to make sure them checks is right. Lord have mercy. And shout out to Brian.
Yeah, he is hilarious. Both of them are funny.
You are funny, sir. You are funny. Please don't let people deter you from being you. You are funny. And it naturally comes to you.
Yes, it does. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy as shit.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it was funny. And that's what it should be.
I was going to say that is definitely content.
Right. But it shows the level of people's lack of entertainment level when they go outside of stuff like that. Like it's creative, and not only is it creative, it still is forward thinking, and it's on the top of your head. It's not fully malicious, because then it's still giving, not even going there where it's like, oh, that's dark and why did you say that? You didn't have to say that. It's really just lighthearted satire, and people can't take that because they're always out, for you said something, I'm gonna get you or try to silence you or shut you up. But you could never shut anybody up, and that goes for anybody. Nobody can shut people up here. That's what it is. This is what it gives. This is what it's always gonna give. You have the power to click this shit off.
Yeah, I can say if you don't like it, turn the shit off.
Turn the shit off. That's it.
Plain and simple.
It's just that simple. Or if somewhere somebody don't rock with you, you don't, I mean, although I discovered a couple days ago that I was blocked because I couldn't see. I saw somebody in the chat. I was in Houston Bread's chat, and I saw them saying something to someone, and I was like, oh, I can't see it. I was like, really? You blocked me? I was like, how the hell you blocked me? I'm not even over watching you. Like, I don't even watch you. So it was pointless for you to block me. It was like, who are you proving that a point to? Yourself? Did you really think I was over there watching you, that you felt the need to block me? Bitch, I don't watch you. I don't watch you at all. So you blocking me was a waste. It was like, when you waste a draw 4, or you waste a skip, or you waste, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you waste a good card, like, damn, that was a good play. Like, how did you do that? That was pointless. Was you proving something to somebody? Because it sure wasn't me. I just noticed it. I just noticed it because it's like,
so you couldn't see the comments?
I really can't see the person comment. Like, okay. Like, I mean, I wasn't gonna say nothing to you because I don't.
Patty do say the nerve of people.
I don't speak to you, but I'm cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cordial.
Yeah, it's like hello. You speak to everybody.
Hello, chat. That don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pointing, the person out and saying hi to you. It's saying hello, chat. If you happen to be in the chat, I guess it's for you. But to know that, I was like, the nerve. You blocked me. I don't watch you, ma'am, sir, thing. How you block me? Don't worry about it. Everybody blocks us. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just like, I don't even watch you.
That's why I wonder what do y'all do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want. It'd be different if I watched you. If you saw me in your chat, not in somebody's chat, you were on in your personal chat. Then I understand. But I'm never in your personal chat. Mm-hmm. So you blocking me was for naught. Like, dumbass, you wasted a block for what? Because trust and believe you're not blocked over here. Because I know you won't come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the logic. You're not coming over here. So why the fuck would I block you? Idiot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, these people are like mindless.
You say nothing, Lindsay. I'll be watching because I'm everywhere when I decide to come out.
But it was like it was so shocking because I'm looking at the people and they're like laughing and putting at and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't see it. What the fuck is funny? I was like, wait a minute. Did you really block me?
You've been blocked.
A dumb bitch. I was like,
hey, AR, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
AR? How are you? I was like, really, you're dumb. Like, you're really, really dumb. Like, if you really think that I care that much about that, it was just like, it was a waste of a block. It really was. It was a waste. But that's all I had to say. That's it. I think I'm done now. I am.
I think you're done.
Yes.
Hey, AR, it's so good to see you, man. Good to see you.
AR, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Cedric, what's going on? And welcome to everybody who came into the chat. You're a little late, but that's okay. You can always red ball it back if you choose to, or just red ball it at least till the part where we talk about the YouTube stuff, because of course that's, you know.
Well, that's the exciting. Say the exciting.
Yes,
light stuff for the evening.
Right. Just a little light stuff we've witnessed. Because I try to be around a lot of places. You know,
I don't try to be around. You still hear it.
But it's the different perspectives for me and the different views that other people may see something that you're like, oh, okay, I didn't see it that way, or I didn't take it that way. But that's interesting that you saw that and you took it the way you took it. To me, that's interesting. And I think that's what it should be. Not necessarily, oh, you over there because they was over there dragging. No, I'm just listening to the perspectives and saying, okay, yeah, I see how they see that. I see how one person can see this. I see how that could be, and you draw your own conclusions. But as people, that's what we should be doing. We shouldn't just, be one-sided. You should be multifaceted. But anyway, that's it. And that's all.
Hey, y'all, you say you're just tipping through the neighborhood?
It's hard to tip through any kind of neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. It is. Just be careful. You know how it is down here in the hood.
It is.
You come out, you won't have no ties. Let me see. I always laugh when. Hello?
No, go ahead. What'd you say?
Okay. No, I was saying every time when Lynn T says she's blocked, she blocked somewhere. I'm like, for what? What did you do? And when Tanari say, oh, I'm blocked over there too. It's like, what are y'all doing?
I've been trying to figure out what y'all did to be blocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Tanari was asking Stump Down to unblock her. It's like, what did you do over there?
Well, what did you say? I was thinking, what did you say?
Yeah, what did you say? Or was it just friendly fire? You know how that goes.
Yeah, well, that too.
Sometimes they get the blocking, and
Yeah, that is true.
Older women clicking those buttons. I seen and heard a couple of them.
Yeah,
clicked the wrong person by mistake.
Well, yeah, that part is true. But I mean, when it happened, all you got to do is think like this.
What an idiot! You big dummy.
And that's just how you do it.
Yeah.
You view it and think of it like that, and you get over it. But it was interesting, nonetheless. It was interesting to know. But that's all I got, people. And until next time, any closing words, sir?
Nope. Stay safe.
Yes, wear your mask, please.
Mm-hmm. Please stay safe. Don't get blocked.
Yes. And if you do get blocked, you get over it. It's okay. But anyway, everybody, thanks for coming. Have a great night. God bless.
Have a good night now.
All right, peace.